Hello, Steve White, Steve R89. Well, the fallout from the Acolyte continues, and it's taken an interesting turn where, for a brief while, there was a strong push to have channels that were monetizing hate and attacking the Acolyte and attacking diversity and representation and very political, to have them deplatformed and demonetized based on all their numerous, egregious, continuous, eternal guideline violations. And they've been doing this stuff for years, and they always get away with it. And the reason why they do is just it appears that YouTube just turns a blind eye because they make a lot of money, and they've managed to monetize hate and they make a lot of money out of it. And other channels, programming channels, and channels like me, which are more general and positive or neutral, they don't get the sort of traction, they don't get the sort of support, they don't get the help from the algorithm, and they don't do as well. And these other hate channels just keep growing from strength to strength. And it's really disturbing and sickening. And to see certain theories talking about how they're the victim and playing the victim is a little sickening, because these people know what they're doing. They are speaking to their base. They're feeding people the exact same thing they want to hear. They look at every story and they put it through the filter that the base wants to hear, and they're just feeding people this constant stream of, woke is bad, and, anything that Disney produces, pretty much they attack. And shows like The Acolyte didn't have a chance. From the beginning, before they even released, they were being campaigned against, and what started off as a vocal minorities turning into a more sizable group. And they've been very activated and militaristic, and they really are damaging these new shows, which maybe wouldn't have succeeded long term because they didn't appeal to enough people, but they certainly had the odds stacked against them, and people were being told not to watch them, and just a constant stream of negativity. And a lot of people never gave the show a chance. Now, did it warrant it? I'm not sure, but it never got the chance in the first place. That's the point. So people like Leslie Headland and the actresses from the show are calling out these bad faith players and basically saying, you attacked us from the beginning because you had an agenda. It was all about racism and just being against anything that appeared to be, diverse or, having representation. And that's absolutely true. That's what they did. They just started attacking the show from the start, and it never had a chance because just a certain large contingent of the fan base now is attuned to this and listening to this, and they've been brainwashed basically. So they claim that it's a small minority of people, and they're basically saying, well, because a few racist people didn't like the show, that everyone who didn't like the show is a racist, and all Star Wars fans are racist, and they're calling you a racist, all of you. No, they're just speaking to the actual racist people who actually went out of their way to attack this show based on diversity and representation. And those people are there, and they're, they have no fear about, spewing this hate and talking, because they know they're not going to get caught on. They're getting away with it. They never get caught up on guideline violations. And it's not fair. Their channel should have been gone years ago. But they make money, and apparently that's all that matters. So I want to talk about that for a minute. I haven't seen The Acolyte. I don't know if it's any good. I heard it started off well and sort of went poorly. But I don't know, because a lot of people love it. And it may just be, what I've found is people who, don't identify, outside of anything other than straight, white and patriarchal, they think anything that's different from that is just bad. It's bad writing because it doesn't make sense to me. It must be bad. No, it's just looking at things from a different perspective, and you're not intelligent enough to actually appreciate that, and you don't like hearing that, so then you attack it, twice as much when you get that criticism as well. So I'm going to watch the show, just like I'm going to watch Batgirl and all the other shows that have been torn apart by these people, because some of them I found are actually good, and it's just a matter of those people either couldn't see them objectively, or had an actual agenda that they were attacking the shows with, and they know they're lying, they know they're gaslighting, they know they're trying to destroy the shows. It's deliberate. And others, I think some of them do actually just see anything other than what represents them as just being stupid and bad, and this is just bad storytelling because it's not telling my story and I don't relate to it, so it's just stupid and it's got no value. They don't see that it has value, merit, and artistic integrity of its own, And for people who do identify with it, or at least are open-minded enough to see different perspectives, it has value. And it's just really sad to see these people play the victim and acting like, oh, our livelihood and our lives have been threatened, and, oh, we're just the victims. I'm like, well, you've done horrible things and people are reacting to that, and they shouldn't react with threats or anything like that. But so far as demonetization, deplatforming, and campaigning for that, absolutely people should be campaigning for the guidelines to be adhered to and for people like them to be shut down. Absolutely. But, obviously not going any further than that. But they're doing the same thing. They're pulling the one or two bad apples that have actually threatened them and acting like, well, that's all the Acolyte fans and all the people that support, representation and diversity. So they're playing the same game. It's just sickening. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the whole situation, all the theories out there about it.